All right, everyone. A thread from the great Brian Cates at Draw and Strike on Twitter. Just when I think Cernovich can't possibly prove to me that he's even dumber than I thought, he has to go and prove me wrong. Cernovich actually believes Trump is reduced to whining on Twitter, to stopping 3M from shipping masks to China. He really believes this, people. Cernovich posts. As usual, a few MAGA chuds mad at me for posting this, but 3M's CEO just told Trump, lol, you're my bitch. I'll keep giving China those N95 masks. And what's Trump going to do? Cry on Twitter more. Trump was a fake strongman. Whoever comes next won't be. Brian responds. Did you know FEMA has armed agents? And when Trump orders the CEO of 3M to stop shipping medical supplies to China, those armed agents can prevent 3M from doing that, and it's perfectly legal? Cernovich didn't know this. Once again, all the usual suspects are selling narratives where Trump is some kind of passive victim just sitting there steaming and raging and unable to do anything. He has no agency. He can't get things done the way he wants. He's surrounded by an inner circle full of traitors. It's going to be very enjoyable for me after Trump gets reelected in a massive landslide to watch people like Cernovich struggle to explain how Trump is still there. How is he still winning when, according to Cernovich, he's made all the wrong moves? He's so weak. He's probably the best description of Cernovich that I've ever read. You should read the entire thread by Carlos, too. I made a video on this one, by the way. They influence people to be stupid. That's what doom criers do. Trump is an abject failure, they'll tell you. They're influencing people to be stupid. Let me give you just one example. Last week, Trump went ahead and signed the virus relief bill, even though the swamp denizens had managed to stick billions of dollars worth of pork into it. The bill included $25 million for the Kennedy Center. I watched people swear eternal vengeance against Trump for this. Here's what the doom criers swearing their eternal vengeance against the president either forgot or never knew in the first place. Trump has emergency powers he can use to strip funding from one and send it to meet a more urgent need somewhere else. Democrats can go right ahead and stick billions of dollars worth of pork in that bill. They can do that. Do you know what the crystal clear precedent the Supreme Court established this year about what Trump can do? Do you remember? Trump can take billions of dollars already voted on. He already signed the bill. It's already been collected, already targeted for certain use, and he can repurpose it and send it elsewhere. Like, say, billions of dollars from the Defense Department for the wall. Either all of the doom criers out there don't remember that this happened, or they never understood what it meant. What did Democrats and some Republicans do when Trump declared he was using his national emergency powers to divert $3.6 billion from the Department of Defense to build the wall and enhance U.S. border security? What'd they tell him? They told him, you can't do that. Trump was told his emergency powers didn't give him the authority to take that money from the Department of Defense after it was in the budget bill passed, signed by him, and designated for certain use by the DoD for other projects, and go use it for the border wall. It went all the way to the Supreme Court on the fast track, and the Supreme Court voted, and you know what legal precedent was clearly established? That President Trump can do that. And so it happened. That $3.6 billion was taken and is now slated for border wall construction. In a national emergency, President Trump can invoke his emergency powers to take money in a bill passed by Congress, which he signed, and he can repurpose that money and designate its use for a more presently urgent national need. At any moment, Trump can say, hey, you know that money designated for the Kennedy Center and PBS and NPR and the emergency relief bill I signed? I've now repurposed that money to be spent over there on something else. What could they do to stop him from doing that? Well, I'll tell you, and Cernovich and all the other doom criers out there, what they could do to stop Trump from taking that money and ordering that it be spent on something else. Nothing. There's nothing they could do to stop him. The Supreme Court already ruled on this. The precedent has already been established. How do they take the President of the United States to court all over again, trying to claim his national emergency powers do not allow him to repurpose federal funding? So all those people screaming about Trump signing that virus relief bill don't understand this. The important thing was to get the bill signed and get the funds moving now. Trump will guide and direct and control the dollars as they are dispersed, sending it where he sees fit. And when Trump says, hey, I don't think the Kennedy Center and PBS and NPR need this $6 billion as much as those people over there, they can't stop him from taking that $6 billion and repurposing it. Elections have consequences, after all. And a president's emergency powers are quite real. So what has Cernovich and a whole lot of other people spent the last week doing? They've been influencing people to be stupid. That was last week. This week, the influencers are influencing people to be stupid about 3M's CEO telling Trump to go pound sand and he'll keep right on shipping masks to China and Trump won't do a thing about it except rage on Twitter. Influencing people to be stupid. At a time, Trump is literally moving mountains during an unprecedented black swan. I have little patience for influencers who are working overtime to influence people to be stupid about the job Trump is doing. Every now and then, Cernovich will say something so blitheringly dumb, I end up seeing it, even though he's had me blocked for going on 2.5 years now. Most people have him figured out at this point, so it's not a problem. But this is twice in 2 weeks he's tried to influence people into attacking this president. First, over signing the bill, and now over this 3M business. Cernovich doesn't understand Trump, never has, never will. Trump, failed strongman. Lol. It's true. The end.